Hey, what's going on, listeners? Okay, so, um, alignment and alignment of relationships and your mission. So, when you start to ask yourself, um, 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 when you start to ask yourself, uh, when dealing with certain people, every single day, right? You ask yourself when dealing with certain people, like I think I said this yesterday in my yesterday, that when dealing with certain people, you ask yourself, do I have to speak to them every single day? How often do I need to speak to them? Why do I need to speak to them? But why do I need to speak to them? Um, and you know, I've realized if someone isn't part of your everyday, if somebody's not part of you getting closer to your goals, it's not necessary for you to speak to them every single day. Damn. And oh my God, and you get to a place where it's like where if you're not aligned with getting me closer to my goals, if you can't help me at all, if you're not making my life easier in any regard, what do I speak to you every day for? What do I go out my way to add value to you for? What do I sit there and say, "Oh, I need to make sure you're good, but you don't make sure I'm good." You know? Um because I posted today, it's actually really low vibrational for when you go out your way to make somebody feel loved, appreciated, and all that other stuff when your cup is not full, when your cup is empty, and you going out your way to make somebody feel this, that, and the third, and your cup is not full, right? So when you're on a mission to like fill your own cup, right, you start to ask yourself, why do I speak to them again? What's the point of doing for them, doing with them? Like, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's not a mean thing that you feel that's based on the energetic exchange and the transactional exchange that you're getting nothing out of it. You gotta know, because everything is transactional, right? Everything. And if you've been seeing this pattern of you're not getting anything out of it, and a person is not understanding, it's more for you to understand, right? Or if they can't, if they won't, and you know your value, your place, and you know you bring great value, you gotta get to a place where it's like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do better by me, and I'm not going to engage heavily in this relationship because you're not getting enough value back in return. Because when you start to realize stuff like you're the greatest investment you can ever have, um, you stop going extremely out your way for people who for people who go out your way to not really add any value to your life. Like, they don't, like, I've noticed by myself, I would go out my way to add value to others, and they don't go out their way to add value to me. And I started to pull back on that. I'm gonna repeat that again. I used to go out my way to add value to people who don't add value to me. And but also, I'm learning from my friend that she says release the expectations of people and let them show up for you in the way that they can show up for you. And I wouldn't even say I deserve more, or based on what you think you deserve. I don't care to engage in superficiality anymore. I don't care to engage in bare minimalism anymore, or you know, or bare minimalism. And I just don't care. I want you to match me. I want you to be able to give to me and be fair. When it comes to your mission, you have to look at the energetic and the physical transaction, and that will show you the balance of if the relationship is worth investing.